You can have the time and the money.
We were talking offline and we realized that one of the big things that those two systems that we talked about earlier, the internal and the external that you built, helps your franchisees trust not only you, but each other. They really do trust each other and they support each other. That is something that isn't available in the outside world, especially for people who do not know what it's like being a franchisee of your company. They all trust each other to tell each other the truth. Hey, I had this experience. Make sure you do this and double check on that. And, hey, this is another cool thing you could do to make the client even happier, blah, blah, blah. All of that is just comes into their world because they're part of your community that you built.
Yeah.
And that it's the experiencing of it that builds the trust. And so if someone outside, let's say somebody outside of TV Magic, let's say they're good trading and they're thinking about looking at you as becoming part of the team, or they're looking into another business option for their lives.
Yeah.
There's so much unknown that causes the distrust to settle in because you want to protect yourself. There's nothing wrong with protecting yourself. Nothing wrong with it. But at some point, once you realize that the technician that, maybe somebody talks to a TV Magic technician and tells them the real scoop, that is the real scoop that you're going to get. It's an unvarnished portion of their current life, their experience in TV Magic. So when you're saying, "Oh, can I trust all the stuff that I see on this, this 10-stage training program?" Yeah, we wouldn't be putting our life on the line unless we were walking our talk, right? So, in a world where people don't walk their talk, and we know that there's a lot of, look up YouTube channels on tradie fails and you'll get them.
Yeah.
Tons of stuff. Ooh, they betrayed my trust here, here, and here. Look, my whole, my water is leaking when it shouldn't, whatever. And your systems build verification in it to make sure quality is high. Everything that they buy gets approved by you. And it's not, they just go up the street and find some sort of connector and get the job done. It's designed to be an excellent, from beginning to end, work of art as best you can in that house. That's why we designed it. Yeah. So that's what builds trust. And sometimes people in the regular world don't understand that. They don't understand all that TLC, attention to detail, that makes TV Magic what it is. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, but it's built because of your systems. Systems build trust. We have that in place. And sometimes when it's a little willy-nilly out there in the world and people are thinking, what is this franchise world like? That's what it builds. It builds trust in both directions, to the final client and internally in the team. Without it, it just allows for.
It's interesting hearing this from you. You know why? Because I take it for granted. It's like just how we roll.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot. It's that sounds too good to be true. We're just so transparent, and so it. The other thing we get a lot is too honest for your own good.
Yeah, they think that there's a danger of being so honest.
Whereas what we have done a really good job at is becoming good at the sucky parts of the hard work. We kind of ignore that, and genuinely there is that balance behind the scenes. Because when I, as an example, point out, or in our training, we know it's important mentally to get a grasp of the less sucky parts. But we have no problem to look people in the eye, whether it's a franchise prospect or a customer or something like that, and go, by the way, we're going to make some noise on the job. Or, by the way, you have to get dirty. You have to answer the phone. You got to do some driving. You have to be hot and sweaty and dirty up on the roof. This sucks sometimes in summer.
These are the non-negotiables of this world.
Yeah, because we've already identified all of these things and made it. It's not even a question of trust. It's I don't know. It's like it's
disclosure of disclosure.
Yeah. We're so transparent about it. We already know.
Yep.
So there's no hiding at all. Yep. There's no hiding of nothing. We want you to love the things that don't. There are some genuinely satisfying, rewarding parts.
That's it.
But we want you to love the sucky bits too.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty.
Yeah.
They're pretty manageable and tolerable, I think.
When put in perspective, absolutely, for what franchisees experience, absolutely.
In fact, I'll go. I do not know if this is going in my favor, but I will put it this way: a positive frame on nearly everything negative about what we've done. When you compare it to something else, it gives you perspective. Like, so if you do not like getting up into roofs, well, I can point out an industry where you're up there for hours. In comparison, when we're up there for 5 minutes, it's a walk in the park.
Yeah.
When you're driving or answering the phone around the clock, you're not a telemarketer, you're not an Uber driver.
Yeah.
We have a really good balance. Even the sucky parts in our industry do not suck compared to a lot of industries in comparison.
And you train your techs on how to have everything ready so that you're not in the hot spot for a moment longer than you need to be.
Yeah. And so I do not know what there is not to trust. Even in the money itself, make all of this money. I could point out to you so many, or anyone, a lot of conversations we have with any old tradie business or business out there that is killing it with more than what we make because they're a builder or they've been going 20 years. Not all of them, but some do well. So if you think we make a lot of money, a lot of tradies make a lot of money, but a lot don't. But don't get romantic, caught up. It's not too good to be true. It is just real.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
There's a frame to think about of trust. That's why I had a hard time when people ask me, what's not to trust? Anyway, I can't help myself. I just feel like that had to be said.
Okay. Yeah. We talked about this earlier, as when you're building a good brand that wants to have a permanent place of respect in the market, it's all based off of trust.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's a little bit about systems that create it, and it's a lot about culture that maximizes it.
Yeah.
So, So be ready for anybody who's taking a look at this business that there will be expectations for us to walk our talk. That's the one thing you also do, is you make sure that everybody walks their talk.
Yeah.
So that nothing builds trust better than that.